guys, hope you're doing well and welcome back down the rabbit hole. I want to do a quick introduction to this video because it's a really interesting, controversial and relevant topic right now. As you'll soon find out, I sent the rabbit hole team against the target of the Free Eye Atlas, the comet that's currently travelling through space towards our local kind of galaxy and system. There's lots of speculation and controversy about this on the internet at the moment. It's taken off in a big way since the guys started working this project. Our data is very controversial, so keep that in mind, and I don't really know what quite to make of this, and nor do the remote viewers in this case. It seems like we need a lot more feedback on this to make a determination. The two probable realities for this really is that there is definitely possibly something wrong or something interesting with this target, and there's Comet is more than it seems a natural object. The viewers did an amazing job on a very noisy target. It wasn't so noisy when I set the target nearly 8 weeks ago, but over the last 4 or 5 weeks it's become incredibly noisy and incredibly busy, with lots of remote viewers, scientists and normal people speculating on what all this means. Anyway, that's my introduction. Have a great look at the video that the guys put together with all their remote viewing, and let us know in the comments below what you think this comet is, what you think it means for us, and what you see in the remote viewing data. Namaste, and I'll see you in the next project down the rabbit hole. Okay, so if people haven't got it yet, because they'll probably see the first bit of this chat we've been having, the target is looking at the Free Eye Atlas. We're asking the question, what is this comet that everyone is now talking about? The target itself was 0108-0831, and my hidden cue that the viewers didn't see at the time was the object called the Free Eye Atlas in space, looking at it in August 2025. All the remote viewers were blind to this target, and they only had this project number at the top. So as some background for some people, as of September 2025, the Free Eye Atlas is on its path through our solar system. So with all this, really, we have to go and see what you guys got on this, because you are the explorers on this one. It's going to be one hell of a trip. Let's try to keep it, because you guys did a lot of work on it. Sometimes you did 4 or 5 RV sessions. So let's try to keep it as swift as possible. And let's go in the order I've got them on my screen here, which is Dennis at the top because he was in first.
Oh, lucky me. Okay, I'm just going to go through my sessions quickly. I was going to put a presentation together, but I really just wanted to at least have everything scroll through the screen in case it's significant to everybody here. So let's take a look. This one messed with my head.
Again, awesome stuff. Again, I still don't know what to make of all this, because you all seem to indicate natural elements, but also man-made elements with this, which is not what I was expecting. But as I said, are we picking up the noise that people are the claims that people are making about this? I don't know at this point until we all get feedback, I guess. What do you guys think now you've seen each other's work?
Well, I saw Susan describing the same kind of land I was describing, and then the thrusting of a vehicle coming up. So we both had very, very similar things on that.
I had that on my first session too, up and then out fast, Coral, at the very beginning.
Yeah, there's lots of secondary kind of circular vehicle movements, isn't there, in the sessions? From holes maybe, or caverns. Everyone was mentioning life in suspension and stuff as well, which is kind of interesting. Even Susan there was mentioning suspension quite a lot in
I've got zombie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and I was talking about the cradle and that cradle movement, and you had that as well.
Yeah. I had it. I didn't interpret it the same way, but I had a sphere within a liquid sphere that allowed it to move as like a protective egg sac. So, breaking it down, same themes there.
Quite a lot of mentions of liquid as well in the sessions,
and that comes out in the discussions about this, that there's liquid water or water on this thing, a lot of it.
We're learning more as it's getting closer, aren't we?
Yeah.
Again, interesting data, guys. I don't know what you think, but I just don't know what to make of it at this stage.
No,
I like to keep it at the fence, if I may.
I I feel that this feels important, and I don't know if that's because I was so immersed in this from several different angles.
Yeah.
I'll be really curious just to get through October, and
Yeah.
I'll
you
tell
know,
you that on 3 October, I know everything. I think I can have a lecture on Free Atlas. Trust me. On 3 of October, it's going to be near Mars. So we're going to have two probes, I
mhm,
think from well, Psyche and Juno, so no, not Juno, something else that is gonna take shots of the tail or of
mhm,
it, and we will know if it's solid, what kind of material it is, and whatever. In 29th of October is going to be at the maximum at this distance.
mhm,
So maybe something is going to come emerging up and going to Mars. We don't know about it. We don't know nothing about it. And on December, I think is going to be much closer to Earth. And at some point, the next year is going to be in March near Jupiter.
mhm.
So it's really strange, this approach of Venus
Yeah.
and Mars and Jupiter, and everybody is putting money on what is happening when it's behind the sun and we cannot see it. Maybe it's the dark force theory. Maybe we sent messages out there like 70 years ago and they're coming to us. But they said it's very old and it's probably never met anything for many, many years. And I also know that it came to near the solar uh,
Mm,
like 60 or 70 years ago, but it entered in the solar system 15 to 70,000 years ago through Oort cloud. So it's a long, long, not
mm.
50 to not to 70 to 17
Yeah.
years ago.
So two things come to mind on that. The first being Cliff High indicated that the first week of October could be a week when we find out that we're not alone, which would coincide with that. And if it was here a long time ago, I wonder if it had communication with our Mars friends. And that's why it's going so close to Mars, coming back to say hello. Who knows?
Well, and interestingly, this week Mars is not sorry, NASA's just put out the
Yes.
statements to their from the current analysis. They do think that there was ancient microbial life at least on Mars as well. So we
Hmm.
have that connection there with this. It's going to
And
be an
also
interesting few months.
a new comet arrived yesterday.
Yeah,
Mm.
Uh,
it's definitely going to be an interesting 4 or 5 months coming up as we get more and more feedback, from the science on this.
but I don't know how much they're actually going to share. Though they might want to keep some, because I think that there's some degree of knowledge that they have already that they're not
Hmm.
sharing
Yeah,
as well.
but bearing in
Well,
mind
please give us feedback,
if it comes
please.
that close, if it comes as close as Jupiter and Mars, there are an awful lot of people out there that do have, pretty decent
Their
home
own, yeah.
telescope systems that can actually photograph that quite easily.
Yeah.
So it's not all government controlled.
Mm.
But interesting
Hopefully.
stuff, guys. As I said, I don't know what to make of it. It's going to be an interesting topic of conversation for our subscribers, I think, because not only you, but other people have reported very similar to data to what you guys got, and what we got in the first FFG pass at this as well. It's it is a conundrum that I'm a bit perplexed by, to be honest. My personal opinion is we might be picking up on social constructs and noise. Um, but there again, I have to still keep an open mind at this stage until the comet's done its full journey and we have all the science in
Hmm.
at this stage. So I'm still sat on the fence a little bit with it.
So one of the things that got me was that I keep going into this empty vehicle. It was like empty, like a boat, or what's going on, what's going on. And then when I found the bins, I was like, oh, fuck, this is just, it's shocking. And I actually got this, like, surprise from that. So that surprise coming from a social construct, I don't know.
Yeah. Again, as I said, I'm a bit perplexed. We're just gonna have to all keep a close eye on what emerges. Hopefully more from the science-based stuff than the conjecture-based stuff. But we will have to wait and see on this. It's going to be a interesting, as I said, 6 months or so.
Very interesting.
This was an immersive project. Like, we've done a lot of projects that have been intense, but this one just felt really immersive.
Yeah, and as I said, it's just a shock that 6 weeks ago or more when we started this, it was so quiet, and then it just it just blew up, and yeah, it blew up in a big way.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, but also
great target though, Des. Great. I mean, it was, as stressful as it's been. I appreciate the target for sure.
No, it's a good lesson. I mean, all these experiments are lessons in learning on how to do things, and maybe we shouldn't do current targets. But I have to be honest, I was shocked at how it blew up, because it was a bit of a niche thing when I first started it.
Yeah.
And then each day, as I kept seeing the news coming, I was thinking, no, this is gonna tank the target. No, stop! Everyone, stop talking about it. Yeah. But
I think that's significant too. Whatever this ends up being, a learning process for not just us, but for everybody learning remote viewing that follows our work.
Absolutely, yeah.
Working a current target, being pretty sure you think you know what it is, and still trying to stay, to collect information, new information, right? Besides what everybody's saying, I really tried to stay in those areas.
Yeah, we may be able to review this in, let's say a year's time, and see that maybe it is social construct, and maybe on certain dates when you guys were doing RV sessions, as people were talking and saying things, it infiltrated the data. We don't know right now. I'm trying to keep an open mind on anything right now, and I think you guys should as well. I think we should all hold back, and see what the science over the next 6 months or so actually comes to a head on this, because it is still all up there at the moment. But the most probable explanation is that it's just a normal
big rock.
comet. But hey, it's a big universe, isn't it? So we just don't know, I guess.
It's got a lot of energy from people. People are thinking of this. Many people are thinking of this, and this is a lot of energy.
Yes.
Yeah, not in the beginning though. When we first started viewing it, not then.
Right.
No, yeah, that's true also.
Yeah, I got a craft on my first page. Huh?
Yeah, I got a robot my very first session. I had no idea what this thing was, and I got a robot with nanotech robots running through it. So that was how this started for me.
And you wrote down, as you said, the other groups have also had very similar robotic AI non-human life data. So
the other piece is it could be there could be a luminosity event happening that coincides with this, which I'll talk about
again.
later.
That's another possibility, isn't it? It's a very noisy world out there.
There's a lot going on.
Just as we were discussing with NASA, just saying, hey, there's life on Mars. That could be adding to the mix of all this as we're looking at these kind of things. It's very noisy out there for any psychic in doing any target at the moment right now.
That's what Lynn calls pollution proofing targets. You just toughen up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, we just have to wait and see what happens with this. The data is what the data is. Once we get, the event actually happen, and the object on its way, we get all the science in, we can then go back and have a look and analyze it a bit more and see, what happened where. For now, though, I think we're just, yeah, keep an open mind and see what happens, and see what this is going to go up on the new Rabbit Hole website. So let's see what the comments come back from all the subscribers on this one.
I'm really
Yeah, please.
curious. I'm really curious. They
Yeah.
already seen the FFG work, so I don't know.
Yeah. But excellent work, guys, and thanks for doing this project. As we say, on to the next one. So I'll get the next one out
Yay.
ASAP.
Watch the full debrief at ffgrv.com.